Okay, so got a great big lump of that clay. Good old slap. And I'm going to stick that centrally on there. A little bit of movement on that bat. I've had them for quite a few years and they do sort of wear out a little bit. I'm going to get it fairly central. And then that's reasonably central. I'm just going to use a bit of force. Sort of push that clay inwards. Use the heel of my hand to catch that clay and lift that right up and let that wheel turn. And it's giving me this sort of spiral of clay that I'm producing here. And then I'm just going to press that down. You hear that bat just banging about a little bit. That's all right, this will go into centre eventually. I can just push that down. Just join it onto that wheel head there. I've got this nice sort of domey shape there that keeps it all in control for me. Do that again. And now I'm going to think about the size of the pot that I'm making. I'm going to open that up in. I'm going to put my hands up in there. So I want a flat base to this. I could have put like a pad of clay down first, so it's got a nice reinforced base already, but I'm just gauging that depth there. It wants to be reasonable depth. We don't want a skinny little base on a plant pot. I'll get my hand in there and really open that up. Pushing that clay in against my hand on the inside. Really opening that up until I get a wall sort of between my fingers and my hand that I like. And then I can just compress that base. Reach in and put a bit of force on there. Haven't thrown for a while, so my hands are a little bit weak, but also I haven't used this amount of clay for quite a while, so clean that up a little bit. So at this stage I've got a couple of options. I can start using a tool, but I think I need to get a bit more control over this with my hands. So I'm just going to come back in again, keep my hands connected. I'm going to use my sort of trigger grip on the inside, on the outside, sorry, against my longer fingers on the inside. There's a few bits of grit in this clay. Kind of feel that as I'm pulling it. A little wobble at the top there, but that's all right. Just control that. Just hold it tightly. Tell it what it's doing. And one of the things I'm going to want here is to keep a reasonably fat rim on the top here, because it's a plant pot. Don't want it breaking. So coming again, I'm going to do one last pull by hand and then I'll start using the rib. I know there's a bit of stone sort of around here, so I'm just going to be careful there. Go loose around that stone. I just want to watch my elbow creeping upwards and outwards there. And then we've got that fatter rim there. That's just using my hands so far. And I know I've got this stone in here. I'm going to look for a decent rib or kidney. You need a wooden rib here. Got a nice curve to it. And I'm just going to come in at the base. Feel that stone there. Again, watching my elbow doesn't creep out too wide and high. Keeping a nice fat rim on there. So just a little bit tidying up on the inside. I haven't put a hole in the base of this yet. I'll probably do that once it comes off the wheel with the hole cutter. Some people just stick their finger in now and do that.